problems 11 to 14 are find the zeros of the function, which is a fancy way of saying factor it and finding x. We're going to find x. That's all that we're doing. So the first problem, number 11, says g of x is equal to x to the fourth minus 8x cubed plus 12x squared. The first thing you always want to do is this. Is there something common? Is there something common to all those?
Yes.
Yes, what's common? An x squared. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the g of x equal to 0, and I'm going to factor out my x squared. That leaves x squared minus 8x plus 12. And then I look at this here. After I set it equal to 0, I'm just going to factor, if I can. I may have to use MF darm. I don't have to use MF darm on this one because there's no what? A term. What are the factors of 12? 12 and 1, 6 and 2. Oh, I don't even need to go any further. It's a plus sign. What's 6 plus 2? 8, right? So this will factor to x squared times x 6, x to 2, and go ahead and take the music out. I want to play it, I can hear it.
Jacob.
No, there's nothing on.
But I can
Hear it.
hear it. Yeah. So now, here's the thing. This 6, the larger number, always matches that. So 6 has to be what? Negative. What does the 2 have to be? Always has to, it has to match. If that's a plus, these two have to be the same. If that was a negative, they have to be different. I'm not quite done. I'm almost done. I factored it, but the answer is this. Each of these terms is 0. Technically, this x occurs what? Not once, but what? Technically, you have this. X equals 0. X equals 0, not once, but what? Twice. And these are inside liars. Remember, it's the same as x minus 6 equals 0, so meaning x equals what? 6. And x also equals what? 2. Now, you could write your answer this way. X equals basically what? 0, 2, and what? 6. And it equals 0 twice. I don't even care that you don't have to write that down that it even occurs twice. You can if you want, but it's not necessary like that on problem number 11. Okay? Problem number 12, I'm just going to write it over here while y'all are still maybe copying that down. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x. Is there something common to this one? Yes, an x. I'm going to make that 0, take that x out. X squared minus 4x plus 4. Will this one factor?
Yes.
Yeah, what are the factors of 4?
2 and 2.
Yeah, so 4 and 1, 2 and 2, but
Maybe
the
2
ones that add up to 4, this is an add. If that had been a minus, I would have subtracted. So I get 0 equals x times, basically what? X minus 2 times x minus 2, right?
Uh-huh.
Same value? So meaning my answer will be x equals 0. This is the one everybody forgets. Or x can equal what? 2. Because what's x minus 2 going to give you? You only have 2 answers here. This 2 did occur twice, but you don't have to write it down twice. Okay? That would be it. Go back over here. To problem 13. 13 says f of x equals x cubed minus 7x. Guess what I'm going to do here? Is there something common? Is there something common? Yeah. Well, not x cubed, just to what? X. Now this one I'm going to do different. This is like a difference of squares. There's a negative there. I'm going to do this here. 0 equals x, or 0 equals x squared plus 7. Not plus 7, what? Minus 7, right? Guess what I'm going to do? That's 7. add it to the other side. This side's done. So 7 equals x squared. How would I find the answer? Square rooted. So the answer is plus or minus the square root of 7. Because remember, negative square root of 7 times negative square root of 7 still gives me a positive 7. So my answers are x equals 0, square root of 7, and negative what? Square root of 7. There were 3 answers there. Okay? So you could have that like the following. All right? So the last one I want to work, to me, is probably the hardest one to factor. I'm going to erase that. This is problem number 14. And you have 2x squared f of x equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Is there something common? There's other, right? So now I've got to do mf darn. I have an a term. I take 2 times 3. What is 2 times 3? 6, correct? And now I'm going to factor 6. 6 and 1, 3 and 2. What sign is this one?
Negative.
So guess what I'm going to, instead of adding these, I'm going to what? 5 and 1. Which one makes the middle number? 5. So I'm going to have an x with a 6 and an x with a 1. The larger number always, always, always matches the middle. What's the 5? It's what? Positive. So the 6 has to be, and would I add 6 or subtract, would I add 1 or subtract 1 to get 5 from 6? Subtract. And plus this is negative, so the signs have to be what? Different. Now then, I do the divide by the a. What's the a term here? So I divide this by 2, 2. And then I have the reduce and move. Will this reduce? Will 6 over 2 reduce?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
3 over
x
what? 3.
plus 3, right?
Mhm.
Will this one reduce? So I gotta move it, move it, move it, move it. 2x minus, it's moving the 2 up there. Little Madagascar. I'm almost done. Here's what I end up with. X will equal, not positive 3, but what? Negative 3. And this one, you have 2x minus 1 equals 0. How would you solve? You would add 1 to each side, right? And then divide by 2.
To be 1.
So x is not 1, but what? 1
Over 2.
1/2. There are your answers. Negative 3 and 1/2. Okay? But notice I factored, and that one I had to use the MF Dharma. I think you have to do that on one of those. I didn't try to make the factoring stuff super hard ones, but you have to do like a little bit of that.